All right, somebody give me a 100-word summary of all the trouble you got into last week.
We got fucking electrocuted.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It would just be ow 100 times.
Yeah, Destil managed to like break the damage limit in like all of D&D, like Final Fantasy style.
No, to break the damage limit, you have to dodge 100 lightning bolts.
Right. Okay. We didn't do that, so we got to start over. Destil, you know what to do.
I mean, you can do it again, but I'm leaving the room before you do so.
Oh, and just to make sure everybody knows this little factoid, in the PC version at least, somebody wrote a little script that'll automatically dodge the lightning bolts for you. So
Oh, fucking beautiful. Because fuck dodging lightning.
Now, the question is, did they write a script to capture the butterflies? Like, I feel like if I put my mind to it, I could eventually get through the lightning bolts. I don't think I'll ever be able to do the butterflies.
I've done the butterflies.
I've done all of it.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, it's all bullshit, but...
Like, you guys actually had a lot of good, helpful ideas on how to make this clock face encounter better. The problem is, it's behind us now.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't improve it. You have to put this in the Tomb of Horrors or something.
It made me think, like, how many just disposable players does the D&D creative team have to grind through in order to balance their adventure paths and things? Because you can't use the same group twice, right?
That's what they have.
I mean, that's what playtesting is for, right?
Yeah, they just crowdsource it now, I think.
So everybody's still in this clock room.
Yep.
Slightly singed. Pan fried.
Slightly nothing.
The golems had all crumbled to their component parts. And you
Raazu
hear the
looks
two
like-
doors disengage.
Raazu lets out a slow breath. Walks it over. Looks at Red. Looks dead in the eyes. Says, "Warn us next time you do that."
I mean, I'm not planning to do it again, but...
Birdie raises his hand. Why isn't he grounded?
Oh, he's
Red, you're
grounded.
I
Oh,
mean,
he's very definitely grounded.
his nightmare actually had a positive effect at the end of the day.
Oh.
Raazu kicks the chunks out of the kicks the chunks of the golem out of the way.
I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I wouldn't mind heading back down to the first floor and resting before we push on.
Hurt. Ow. Oh, everything hurts. Adrex just stretches along the mesh floor.
Rub some dirt on it.
Where am I gonna get dirt?
Scott, you there?
So what's next?
Where did Nodal go?
Oh, can you guys not hear me?
No, where's his little token? Oh, it's over there.
Right here.
It's like right there.
Yeah, okay then. Let's head back. She walks over here, kicks this one aside.
You lift up the portcullis doorway leading into the hallway here. This one has alcoves with beautiful pictures of Underdark nature scenes. And you guys head back downstairs to the entryway?
Yeah. I think we go by the way of the rope that's hanging down from the second floor to the ground floor.
Hopefully the trap doesn't like reset or something stupid.
It probably will.
If it does, I have an idea.
If it does, my idea is let's just not go back in there.
Yeah, let's just leave.
So you guys head down the rope into the central room with the fountain. Who's the last one to leave this room?
Yeah, guys, who's the last one to leave the room?
Looks like Adrex.
Alright, I guess it's Adrex.
Adrex, once again, you hear this weeping voice emanating from behind you, begging you to help her in the elven.
Oh, it gets more convincing every time I hear it. Like, I bet if I go through like 3 more times, I'm actually gonna help you.
You say that to the fountain?
Yeah.
In Elvish? Because you're just standing in the open doorway having an argument with this large empty room.
Yeah, in Elvish. All right. Adrex takes 5,000 damage.
These doors open or closed?
They tore one of them down to.
Oh, that's right. You can't close this door.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and
Roll for initiative.
yeah, right. This is an undoor. This door has ceased to be.
Oh, joke.
They just have the smolders of a fire dying down, and they're starting to look at the other door.
Hungrily.
So, in this room, you have this door to the stairs leading to the library, and then a door over here that is as yet untouched. What's next?
Short rest and then a long rest? I don't know what condition everybody else is in.
I like rests. Rests are awesome.
Yeah, I could sleep.
Should we take?
Yes.
Should we take watch?
Well,
Yeah.
Is that how we want to do
maybe
this?
not windy.
Right.
I could hear you through a paper bag.
I'd be surprised about that.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll do third.
Actually,
But yeah, I want to do a short rest before the long rest. I think that's
Alright.
prudent.
well, yeah, we can do short rest.
To what end? Why are you... What is
So I
that?
can spend hit dice in case we get ambushed overnight.
Isn't that just part of a long rest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You spend hit dice as part of a long rest.
But if something attacks us during the long rest, we've already spent the hit dice.
Yeah, I see what Destil's getting at.
Hmm.
I just assumed if it happened after the first hour, then you were fine. But maybe I've been thinking of this wrong.
Yeah, you can't take 2 rests back to back like that.
No.
Go ahead and spend your hit dice. Take the benefits of the long rest.
I think Destil should roll all of her hit dice. He's the one who damaged us all. Oh,
He also
who's
did 257 damage to all those golems.
who looks the worst off right now? Because I've still got 18 points of
Well, I'm missing my eyes.
can't do nothing about that.
I'm down 7 after hit dice.
After hit dice, I'm probably still going to be down a significant amount. Yeah, I'm still down 21.
Nodal gain 5.
Oh, thanks.
Destil gain 5.
I just give it all the Nodal. I don't need it.
Oh,
Unless somebody else needs it.
I'm taking
Yeah, I'll
it.
take it.
McDohl gain 5. Birdie gain 3.
I am maxed, so let's go fight things. Yeah.
Just give my 3 to Windy.
Okay, there
Thanks,
you go.
Birdie.
McDohl, just so you make sure you buckle in, because I'm pretty sure Nodal's gonna say that every single time you ask for the rest of the game. Who's still looking the worst?
29 hit points. Give me just 1 second. I need to math real quick.
The thing I love about D&D is you learn pretty quickly which of the players can do accents and can do simple math.
So everybody who took a watch,
Hmm.
make a perception check.
I mean, I probably
suck
would
at
have
those.
assisted somebody, so... Unless it's a sight-based perception.
It's not.
Then yeah, I'll assist you, Adrex.
Okay. Cool.
14 for second watch.
Haha, I still suck. Oh wait, no, that's a 15.
18 for third watch.
First watch is 16.
After the rest, as the group starts to rouse themselves and you just kind of confirm with each other that nothing hostile or violent happened in the night, it becomes clear to all of you that Bronzel, the bard who's been watching after the other prisoners here, has not slept the entire watch. He didn't sleep through the entire long rest. He was awake for all of your watches.
Has he been sleeping as we traveled before?
You can't recall that you've ever seen him asleep.
This is gonna sound like a dumb question. Would Adrex know that that's unusual for a dwarf?
He's not a dwarf.
He's not a
human.
dwarf. He's human.
Would Adrex know that's unusual for? Yeah, Adrex would. All right, he would know that.
So the question is Adrex going to call him out on it?
No, Wendy is. Hey, Bronzel, why don't you need to sleep?
Bronzel tells you that you and your companions have been doing all the dangerous work. And he hasn't been tired.
Okay, but like the non-bullshit answer.
That's not how sleep works.
Yeah, no.
He asks Adric then, how does it work?
Well, you know,
How
when
does
you
sleep
expend energy over the course of a day, your body gets tired and your body goes, I need to sleep. And then you sleep.
Bronzel, you could sit there and mock me when I lost my eyes upstairs.
Just
Dr. Adrix, MD.
Wendy,
My
make
favorite-
a persuasion check.
Alright.
Like, sleep is fun. I love sleeping.
Sleeping's
Who
super
doesn't
good.
like sleeping?
Everybody but Wendy, I'll let one of you make an insight check.
That's a 16.
Okay?
Insight.
One for the party. is insight.
Oh,
Oh,
one
then-
for the party? Never mind.
Who's good at insight?
Not me.
That would be me.
Go for it, Red.
Do it.
Insightful Snake Man.
Snake. Said 24.
As you watch this conversation between Wendy and Bronzel, you notice some of the other prisoners, there's uncomfortable murmuring in reaction to this idea that Bronzel's not been asleep. Wendy.
Yeah.
Bronzel offers his apologies if he's caused you any offense. But then he drops the subject.
I mean, Bronzel has given us no indication whatsoever that he's hostile or evil or bad, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think we can be concerned about this until he actually does something and is like, he is evil, and then I guess we're fucked. So,
Fair enough.
My torch is gone. I'm down to 1.
no, that was not Atrix talking.
Alright,
I should make that clear.
So here's the thing, McDohl.
Yeah.
You can have my torches.
Sweet. How many you got?
6.
Okay, I will add them to my character sheet.
my favorite thing is when Adrix starts talking medicine. I just picture him like going from like Adrix to like Apex Adrix.
That sounds hot. I just have Jugi Hauser in my head.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Apex Adrex.
I just picture him pointing at like the pain chart and going, "How much of an ouchie is this?"
Ouchie is definitely an Adrex word.
Yes.
It works the other way too. Like he hacks off a goblin's head. He's like, "Oh, you have an ouchie." All right, what's next?
Adrex is my favorite.
Well, let's
I guess we go back to the other side of the clock room.
deadly electrical clock room.
We could
Yeah.
also go over here.
Well, I mean, we survived the clock. We should probably go.
Yeah. Go see what's
On the other
behind it.
hand,
Get killed by what's behind it.
Yeah. I mean, at least we'll have earned our deaths.
All right, who's the last person up the rope?
Raazu.
Adrex.
Raazu is.
Yeah.
Then Raazu, you're the one this time who's lucky enough to hear this pleading voice emanating from the fountain as you climb up.
0 fucks given.
All right. Well, there's another alignment I need to change now.
Doesn't give any fucks.
Is
Fuckless
there-
alignment.
You guys enter
We know
back
what
into
that
the clock
fountain-
room.
We know what that fountain does.
Yeah,
As
like we
look
already.
at it, it's still a mess and half electrocuted and no ghost, no hands anymore.
It looks
right?
pretty
Like,
much
no-
exactly how you left it.
All right,
I
good.
super don't like the fact that you reloaded this with everything back in their proper positions. I didn't like that at all.
Raazu kicks these things out of the way as she traverses the room.
Okay.
Rude.
Meh.
Rossi's
So
carrying a
disrespectful.
torch.
Yep, Raazu's got the light source.
Okay. And this door looks just very similar to the other one. It looks like it'll lift up off a track. In fact, that's what triggered the trap last time, is when Red began to do that, checking to see if it was locked.
All right, well, let's give this another go.
Okay.
Go ahead and pull it upward.
And roll initiative.
With a grunt, you manage to roll it up the track and reveal the hallway beyond. Looking at this
Pokes the
hallway,
light in.
there are alcoves along either side, similar to the one leading into this room. These alcoves, though, depict nature scenes that you're familiar with. Forests and rolling hills, mountainsides from the sunlit lands. But all of them have been cruelly defaced. It looks like something with razor-sharp claws has gone along and put gouges in the stone that they're painted on.
Is there a carpet in this room too?
There is, but it's been similarly defaced.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move up to the next door.
This seems perfectly normal.
This is fine.
And
Okay.
and this is a pretty standard-looking wooden door, similar to the other doors in the place.
Let's go ahead and get started with a search for traps, investigate.
Okay,
It's a 20.
looks all clear.
Check the handle. Is it locked?
It's not.
All right. Nod to everyone behind me and open the door.
Wendy isn't aware.
And what number room is this? Okay,
31.
you're standing at the base of another spiral staircase. It looks similar to the other ones you've traversed. This one's only going upward. It's the base level of a spiral staircase going upward. Again, you've got a central pillar here, so you can't look up the center and see what's at the top. And there is a door leading to the south.
This is some fucking Castlevania design here.
Yep.
Well, remember that this part of the complex is all encased back in essentially a gargantuan mountain. This
Okay.
all-
Yeah.
This cavity would all be carved directly into the surrounding stone.
Is the pillar? Do the stairs join the pillar in this one or not?
Examining them, they do. In fact, the stairs that go up, they are seamless with both the inner pillar and the outer wall.
So it must be inside of that giant stalagmite,
Birdie coming over and checking this door. This is a wooden door, similar to the one you just came through, but you can see very clearly that it's locked, or at least has a locking mechanism on it. It has a keyhole.
I mean, let's see. I'll check for traps, and we'll decide if we want to open it.
Okay, roll that investigation.
A 19.
Looks all clear.
I'll listen at the door.
You don't hear anything on the other side of it.
Alright.
You want to open this now or later?
No, might as well open it so that
Open
we
the
don't have
door.
anything
Open the
coming
door.
come from behind us.
Pull out my thieves' tools, and that is a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
2.
Unlock the door
Okay.
with my thieves' tools.
And you can't get it. Your tension rod gets stuck, not able to pop the lock. Can't be
try.
certain, but the mechanism inside felt like it was jammed.
Good thing we brought a spare rogue.
Let's go ahead and give this a shot. I actually finally wrote down my Thieves' Tool bonus because that was coming up.
What?
That'd be an 18.
And you succeed where Birdie failed because he's the worst thief.
I am a pretty
Sorry.
terrible rogue, yeah.
You'll get him next time.
You get the mechanism open and you hear the lock pop.
Nod to the rest of the group and open the door.
It's a long, thin hallway leading to the south. Plain stone. I'm sorry, not plain stone. It's the same kind of brickwork the rest of the compound is made of. But no adornments, no alcoves, no tapestries, no pictures, no carpet on the floor.
That hallway seems creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Hold on.
Hmm?
I'm gonna take one of the 1,000 ball bearings out of my bag,
Okay.
and I'm gonna roll it down the hallway.
Can't say that anymore.
Yeah, it's $9.99 now.
And you hear it roll down the stone, and it doesn't roll very far because it eventually gets caught up in the mortar work between these bricks in one of these looping spirals, and then comes to a halt.
What are we looking at?
The long hallway.
I think we can solve that
Torchlight
puzzle.
reach the end of it?
Did what reach the end of it?
The torchlight?
Torchlight gives off about 40 feet. 20
Alright.
feet of bright light plus 20 feet of
20.
dim light.
Pretty sure my dark vision doesn't actually even make it to the end. Yeah.
It goes to that far.
Yeah.
The light goes to that far. Just check the
Hey.
traps in the immediate area, and then we.
Hey, Birdie, you're better in the dark than I am. Is there anything at the end of that?
I think
Okay.
I have only my dark vision. I think is also the same as yours.
Really? I thought you had like twice my dark vision.
My
I can
dark
run
vision
down there
is
and check it out.
my dark vision is up to 60 feet.
I've got dark vision. Adrex pouts. Look at my dark vision. I can see in the dark.
Oh yeah,
God,
that's only that's only 55 feet. So yeah,
Adrex,
that's
in your
dark
pouch,
vision.
you're complaining about not having dark vision. You just feel Wendy's eyes roll.
So if you got 60 feet of dark vision, that's 55 to the end of the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, suffice it to say, none of you can see the end of the hallway from outside of this door.
Okay.
Not
What?
even windy.
Check for traps.
Do we want to go down the long hallway where we can't see
Yes.
the end of? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not just one that you can't see the end of, Wendy. It's the one that none of us can see the end of. I'll go ahead and search for traps in the first square before I enter.
Okay. Go ahead and roll search for traps individually for every single square you're searching. No, don't do
first
that.
one
That's
is-
ridiculous.
Okay.
No, well, looking at, you don't see any mechanism by which a trap could be set. I mean, you feel around for pressure plates, you check the mortar, in between the bricks, you don't find any seams, there's no strange winds or sounds, you don't hear any
Pass the-
movement, just a long, silent, still hallway.
Pass the torch to Red.
I'll retrieve my ball bearing.
I'll backwards long jump my way up this hallway.
You pick up your ball bearing. Go ahead and change the number back to 1,000.
I did.
Okay, good.
Way ahead of you.
We were all worried about that.
I was
Yeah,
extremely worried. Yeah.
Let's go to the end of where I could see.
And going down the end of the hallway, Birdie,
Yeah,
what's your passive perception?
19.
You're coming up the end with your knowledge and instinct about tunneling. You notice a slight gradation to this hallway. It's sloping very, very gently downhill. And you can tell none of your companions even notice it. That's how gentle the slope is. But you can feel it in your feet and just your instinct. Red, coming up at the end, set into the wall, just underneath your eye level probably, is the other side of a spyglass. You also see a strange-looking button or handle, just kind of set directly into the stone on this side of the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I figured out where we are.
The Underdark?
Right. But specifically, we're on the other side of the wall with the with that
Oh.
thing.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
No.
There was a hidden place you could watch that room from the other side.
Do we want to go through now, or do we want to just back
No,
off?
I mean, I
What does
just
the
wanted to
button
know what
do?
was in this.
Well, there was a mechanism that I found on this side that it swung. I don't remember if it swung out or in,
Right.
but so I assume it's probably a one-way passage. But also, rocks fall, everybody dies. So I'm leaving that. I'm leaving the hallway.
Do you just want to back out then? Okay.
You guys leave the spyglass behind.
Is it attached? It's attached to the wall, right? It's not something we can take, is it?
No.
No, it's like a metal plate that's attached into the wall. You'd have to open it up, and then you'd be able to see into the next room.
I guess we go up then.
Does it go down?
No, only
No.
up.
There you go then.
All right, I'm going to save this map here and make sure I don't save the wrong one. That would be tragic.
Of course it would.
Or hilarious.
Tragilarious.
Get my notes for this room here.
I will say, McDohl, your Steam art is extremely on character for this adventure.
Oh yeah.
That's him. That's him right
Yeah,
there.
That's him. Yeah.
You reach the top of the spiral staircase. So there's a landing here. Doesn't continue up past this point. Two doorways. One to the south, one to the east. The actual doorways themselves are much wider. Same size wooden door, but it's placed back inside this 10-foot wide alcove with these stone arches with drow scripts carved into the stone, both here and here. This which door is this? This door here looks like the wooden doors you've come through, except it has two stained glass panes in the upper half of it, peering into the room beyond. This south door here looks similar to the wooden doors that you've come across, but where the handle should be, there's a bizarre gouge through the material. The handle has been cleanly severed off, and it looks like it was done with something very, very hot. You can see the metal pieces of the handle melted to slag against the wood itself.
Well, I mean, obviously we're not getting in that door.
It's a wooden door. We have axes,
Yeah.
but
We're not getting in
probably
that door.
save that one for second.
Can't see
Fair.
anything through the stained glass or anything.
You peer into the stained glass. The room beyond...
Because, last time I was in a church and I saw stained glass windows, shit through those.
Looking in the room beyond, looks like a shrine.
Is there any pattern in the window itself? Like any kind of design? Or is it just one solid pane of colored glass?
There's definitely a design. There's definitely some lattice work to it. But the significance of it, you're not sure. You don't know anything about Drow religion. But yeah, looking on the other side, it looks like a shrine. This is a room of some religious significance. Adrex,
I
what are
would
you
assume
doing?
it's a chapel of some kind.
What?
Adrex, what are you doing?
Anything. He's staring at the door. He is impressed that they somehow melted the handle and not burned the door down.
I'm really
Adrex.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, alright. Why not?
Adrex, well-known wise man.
He has
Dr.
that.
Adrex.
He has that good folksy wisdom.
Dr. Adrex.
It's
TDS.
actually a 19.
Okay.
+3 for being within.
No, that's... Oh, yeah, it's a saving throw, yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
very
22.
you're very impressed. It looks like somebody took. The only thing you could think of is like a super hot axe, something heavy enough to knock this handle off, and hot enough to leave behind this semi-melted shear. So,
And
like,
now
all
Adrex-
if there was a keyhole on this door, it's been melted over.
And now Adrex is infatuated with the idea of wielding a super hot axe.
So
I
you
mean,
can try to force the door?
Well, Birdie, do you want to see if we can do anything to quietly pull it off out of the frame or anything before we start?
Sure.
Okay, so what are you doing, Birdie?
Are there hinges?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
You are within 10 feet of me.
That is a 24.
24. There are hinges, but looking at them, they have this melted quality as well. Instead of the hinge, I mean, you look at operating hinges, they kind of have two moving pieces with cracks between them so the door can swing open. And the two hinges at the top and bottom of the door look like they've been completely melted together.
We could probably try and break the hinges.
Don't know if that's going to be any quieter than breaking the door.
Red, what are you doing?
I'm going to investigate the top and the bottom of the door to see if there's like any space for thin wire or anything to go through it, or it's completely flush with the surface.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Is that against a spell or magical effect?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hey.
Hey, too bad you already rolled that 16, but
That would be a 22, or am I proficient in those? Yeah, 22.
You are within 10 feet
Yeah.
plus 3.
Okay. What kind of wire are you using?
The scrape wire for my thieves' tools.
And what are you doing with it?
Trying to figure out if there's just even any space to get it through underneath or above the door.
So you hunker down to the crack beneath the door, and the craftsmanship is excellent. But I mean, this is they don't have like weather stripping or anything yet. So you start slowly feeding this wire. And how much of this wire do you have?
Probably about 8 inches.
And as you start sliding it under the door, you start feeling it heat up, and you hear it pop and sizzle on the other side. And you realize as you're feeding it through, something bad is happening to it.
Yeah, I'll pull it back out at that point.
And you
Is it
pull it
melted
back
at all,
out,
or-
and yeah, it's the end of it, the last inch or so that you managed to feed under the door comes back, and you see where it's melted and flattened out, become charred.
So whatever's on the others, whatever did this is still there, and it's hot enough to melt steel.
Okay, so I guess we'll take a look inside the chapel then.
So what that tells me is we shouldn't touch that door.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
So this door right here is it's a door flanked on either side by stained glass windows.
No, the door itself has 2 stained glass panels in it
Oh, okay.
that Raazu has been looking through.
Any color? And what color is it?
A variety of colors.
Okay.
Dark colors, though. This
Okay.
is not a bright and cheery glass pane.
Yeah.
Dark blues and purples and what have you.
One of you kids want to check for traps before we go in?
Yeah, sure.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
I don't know. See, I make myself feel good.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna have a hard time feeling good. That's a 12.
12? Looks all clear.
Yeah, looks
Oh.
good.
Well, in that case, Birdie opens the door.
Okay.
Birdie, make a saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
Birdie, you die instantly.
I'm waiting for it.
Looking into this room, it's definitely some kind of shrine. I need to get my white color back here. There are decorative pillars in the room, 4 of them. Clearly not load-bearing pillars. They're not keeping the place up, because otherwise every room in the complex would need them. But very high vaulted ceilings in this room. The stonework on the floor is the same as the stonework you've seen throughout the rest of the compound. There is an altar at the far end of the shrine, and draped over it, slumped over forward, laying on his chest, is a human being with his arms splayed out. Looks like he just fell forward onto the altar. And there are bizarre, ragged-looking tapestries against the north and south wall, and then against this east wall, all the way back behind the altar. And as Raazu steps in and shines light on the wall, you realize that what you thought were ragged-looking tapestries are dried skins, ashen gray.
Oh,
Raazu.
humanoids?
You would presume of drow.
Okay. I mean, they could be animal skins. Only they couldn't.
Yeah, you don't know any animals
No.
that have ashen gray skin.
You would presume they're drow because you're
When you
pretty smart,
say
right?
when you say dried skin, like
Raazu calls out to the figure that's slumped over the altar.
And no, he's dead. And you can see that the altar is seeped in his blood.
Fresh blood?
Getting that close to examine him, looks like one of the Wemmicks. So, I mean, it didn't happen yesterday, but he hasn't been laying here for months either. And
Okay.
his one arm is clasped over top of the altar when he fell down onto it. His other arm is hanging limp at his side. And examining it at the ground beneath it, you see a long, a very beautiful and ornate human-made dagger that's also bloodied, and it's just laying clattered on the ground underneath his hand.
Raazu stoops down, pick up the dagger,
Okay.
calls over to Red, and says, "Hey, what do you make of this?"
is it remarkable in any way?
It's very ornate.
It's human make. It's really good, nice quality. Has a good heft to it. You could
Hand it
totally
off to him
dag
if
some
he
things
wants
with
it.
it.
Do you realize how many? I've been like the party vacuum cleaner for every dagger, knife, and stiletto we get. Do you realize how many of these things I have at this point?
Well,
Yes, not
exactly.
against my character sheet.
I'm just gonna say, you
I
maybe
need a,
typecast yourself.
I need another dagger. I actually lost
Oh, do
one
you?
of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, take it.
Okay.
Look, it's well made. Wait, how many daggers do you need?
I have. I just carried 2, and I threw one in one of the cells.
I'll
wasn't
hand
doing-
you. Here, take the rib stilettos too.
Adrex looks at the body and turns his head and looks at Raazu and says, with all the confidence in the world, this looks like ritual sacrifice to me.
You think so? I don't know. Doesn't look like that from the way the body's positioned. I don't think so, anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's not laying on the altar. He's like slumped over it. So if you guys are standing right here, you're standing on either side of his legs.
Nothing on top of the altar.
Well, his torso is. He's slumped over on top of it. Like imagine laying down stomach first on your dining room table, so that you can still
Raazu-
touch the floor with your feet.
Raazu kind of, I guess we'll move him off of the thing, and we'll see what he was checking out over here, and push him off the altar
Where do you push him to?
onto the floor,
Okay.
like off to one side, like over here.
Okay. You drag the body off and slump over, and as he turns over, you see his stomach has stab wounds all over his chest and belly.
Self-inflicted?
Make a medicine check.
Dr. Adrex, DDS.
DDS?
Yes.
Fuck! Yeah, DDS, alright.
Adrex is just secretly a dentist. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Those look like stab wounds to me.
Well, yeah.
Nailed it.
His teeth are perfect, though.
What are Birdie and Windy doing back there?
Now that we've removed the body from the table, and is there anything on the table, or is it just?
I think
more
he's
blood?
dead.
Yeah.
The
I
altar
got that,
itself
thanks.
is solid and very smooth stone. There's no ornate brickwork as part of it. It's just a large, maybe granite slab placed onto this stone base that looks impossibly heavy. Removing it or trying to break it would be a pretty severe endeavor. Yeah, stained with blood. Presumably this guy's blood. Adrex says he's dead, but he rolled a 1. What would he know?
So,
Hey,
well, while they're looking at the dead
that's
body,
a body.
I'm gonna just look behind this.
So you move some of the skins behind,
Yeah.
and you just see the wall behind it.
They got terrible sense in decor.
I'm starting to agree with you there. This is a bit macabre.
I mean, I don't know about that. They just don't have enough color. Can I pull the skin down off the wall? Like, what's
Yeah.
it attached with?
You have no idea because it's much taller than you are.
Okay, I'll just grab it and yank.
I'll lift Birdie up. I'm curious about that answer too.
Okay. And Birdie, examining with the tops of these skins, little looping hooks, a dozen or so on each of these skins. They're not just draped here like on a coat rack. Considerable effort has been made to put them up here.
So like a shower curtain. Like shower curtain, the little rings in the shower curtain kind of?
Similar, but they won't draw to the side like a shower. They're not like hanging on a rod that you can slide back and forth.
Oh, okay.
But presumably these were here on purpose. Like this isn't like someone killed a bunch of drow and then put some skins here.
I'm gonna like take it down if I can.
I mean, you just rip it down off the hooks, or do you like meticulously remove?
Oh, I'm just gonna remove it
Okay.
at the top. Well,
Takes-
since I've got a boost.
Takes about a minute of work. It's not very difficult. You manage to unloop the skin, and it kind of collapses down into your arms.
All right, and then I'm gonna lay it out right here. Just spread it out.
Okay, and it doesn't make any kind of particular shape.
Hmm.
Not
this
like a skin, like a drow shape.
Is there any adornment or decoration on the any of these pillars?
The pillars look pretty much identical to the pillars in the central staircase, except they're not quite as wide. So these are still made out of this looping, exquisite brickwork.
Okay.
Is there any? Go ahead.
So it doesn't look like there's anything of possibly religious significance in this room.
Well, it looks like
there's
there's
a
a lot of
big
religious
altar.
significance in this room.
Yeah.
Is there anything written? Is there any markings, writings, anything like that on the skin, or is it just like skin?
Just like skin, man.
How
Okay.
long has this guy been dead?
You can
Hard to tell.
smell the rot having set in. So he's been here long enough to start to get ripe. Probably as long as the man you found in the hallway upstairs previously. He's one of the Wemmicks.
Does he have anything in his pockets?
Going over to the body.
Huh?
Going over to the body and going through his belt pouch, you find the belt pouch there, and you find he has a knife sheath in each of his boots. The knives are gone. The belt pouch is empty.
So, someone took his weapons, but they didn't take the knife that he had.
I probably didn't see it underneath him.
Well, that's the question. Does the knife fit the sheath?
I don't know. Dust.
The dagger that Birdie took.
Yeah.
No, Red has it.
Red.
No, I gave it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try the sheath.
Okay. It doesn't fit the knife sheath in either of his boots. They're made for smaller knives, but he does have his dagger sheath in his actual belt. Yeah, it slides right in.
All right, so it is
Cool.
his dagger.
Also, you have a sheath for that, Birdie.
You take one of his boots.
It'll match the drow boot you're carrying around.
I know. I discarded that when we got the things. It was
So we're assuming he didn't just try to decide to kill himself for no reason. So theoretically, something has to be infecting the minds of people in here.
Is there any markings on the the base of the altar? Like if it's a raised dais, is there anything on the walls? The outer.
No markings. You do find writing carved into the front of it, where Raazu and Adrex are standing, but it's written in Drow. It's written in the Drow script.
Nobody can read that, huh?
Okay, well, I'll just hop up on the altar and just kind of look down. I'm just checking for any kind of secret passages, traps, pressure plates, anything like that.
And getting up on top of the altar, just a solid panel of smooth granite. Stained with blood.
Am I if I stand up on this altar, am I eye level with Raazu, or is she still taller than I am?
The altar itself is probably 3 feet off the ground or so.
So that'd put me like 5.5 feet.
Something like that.
It's not quite eye level, but
Darn. I was hoping to look down on Raazu. Okay, so
No.
I'll just hop down.
Get on Adrex's shoulders. That'd do it.
So it seems like we either have to go into the hot room or try and come at this from a different angle.
it'd be hard to force that door. Well, what confuses me is if there's something so hot on that door, on the other side of that door, how come the door hasn't caught flame? Something that would melt your wire.
Thank you, Adrex.
Maybe the wood's enchanted to be resistant to fire,
Is it enchanted
or
to be
specially treated.
Is it enchanted to be resistant to
Maybe
crowbar?
the fire is strange and only burns metal.
Or maybe it's magic.
Don't be ridiculous. Magic in this place?
Magic is weird stuff. It can do all kinds of things.
I mean, I think we should cut the door down. Because
Let Adrex take a shoulder to it.
I've got axes.
I was gonna say use the axes, not his shoulder. 'Cause it
Adrex,
might-
you're resistant to fire, right?
Nope. Adrex pulls out 2 axes.
Make way.
What's on
Now,
a
these are
little
your
shout.
throwing axes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little shout. Rah! Goes windmill style right into the door. Rah! Poof, 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 poof.
So there's 2 loud thunks as your axes hit the wood of the door. And, I mean, they implant themselves into the wood, and then you start feeling the axes heat up in your hands.
Yeah.
How's he doing? Is he getting it?
Ah.
What do you do? What do you do?
I want to pull them out. Pull them out. Pull them out.
Pull them out. And you pull them out, and you see 2 gouges in the door. The actual axes, the blades of them are very, very hot. They're not glowing because you pulled them out immediately.
Bless you.
What do you do with the axes?
I stare at them in awe. His dream of 10 minutes ago has now become reality.
Well, like I said, they're not
Maybe you
glowing
should change
yet.
this drow god.
Well,
And the rest of you,
My
Adrix
axes
sitting
are
there
really
regarding his
hot.
axes. You watch the 2 gouges in the door close up like wounds mending themselves.
Whoa, that's weird. The door's repairing itself.
oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah.
You wanted me to throw my shoulder into that. Ugh.
We
Again, it
couldn't have
doesn't
known.
seem to have affected anything that isn't metal so far.
I have an idea. So I reach in my bag and I pull the wand of create water out,
Okay.
and I make it do. Let's see. It says you can have it rain up to 10 gallons of water in a 30-foot cube.
No,
So-
not my axes.
So I'll just let's see. Yeah, okay. I'll just have it rain in here
Okay.
to see what the water does on the door.
You make the top of the staircase very, very wet, and you also make the door very, very wet.
It
I
doesn't.
can't see.
yes,
Is this
there's-
Birdie's fault?
Is this,
He's
is
making
this
it rain.
system?
There's no sizzling. There's no steam. The water does not seem to be boiling away.
That's
Just-
weird.
Looks like a wet wooden door.
I don't know. I'm curious to see if it is just metal. I'm gonna try going at the door with my talons.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
You get the +3.
That's a 16.
16. You go up to the door, and I mean, obviously you can't see it, and you're trying to perceive the door in a way that your companions haven't yet.
Yeah.
You don't feel any heat whatsoever emanating from the door, which kind of surprises you, considering what it did to Red's wire and Adrix's axe. You're thinking, this is definitely a magical trap. And you become convinced that the mechanism to open this door is back in the shrine. You're certain of it, that they've missed something here. This door is too dangerous to open without disengaging whatever mechanism is keeping it closed.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
And you guys see Wendy walk back into the shrine. Wendy, walking back into the shrine, more to the point, you become convinced that Birdie and Red missed something important when they looked over this altar at the end.
Well,
And you
that makes a lot of sense.
okay, what weapons are you equipped with?
Equipped with
Yeah.
a lot.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Me.
Okay. Roll damage. Actually, by me you mean your claws, your talons. Use an actual weapon, one of your swords or cannons or your weird spine whip. Who even gave you that? That was disgusting.
Oh, I can't. I don't think I can say my weird spinal whip is my favorite weapon. And I'm assuming you don't want longbow to be the answer here.
It can be.
Yeah, I think longbow's gonna be the answer here.
Okay. Roll damage for the longbow.
Yeah, you got it.
Start smacking himself in the face with a longbow? Is that what's going on?
Got him.
Okay. Wendy, you guys watch her stride up to this altar. She reaches back to her quiver and grabs an arrow. And she just begins stabbing herself around the neck, letting her blood fall onto this altar.
Yeah,
No.
no. Raazu grabs a hold of one side of Wendy. I guess Adrex is the other.
Wendy, take that 3 points of damage.
No, why didn't you idiots try this?
No,
We're not stabbing ourselves. No.
that's idiotic.
Red,
Yeah.
where you're standing, the door suddenly swings closed, slams shut, and the room starts to get very cold.
This one?
Yes. Raazu, your torch snuffs out.
Damn it.
This sucks.
Where do you take
Can
Wendy?
I,
Where do you take Wendy? We'll get to Red in 1 second. I need to know what happens to Wendy right now.
I drag Wendy away from the altar.
Okay. As Raazu drags Wendy away, Wendy, you come to your senses. And you realize what you did, and you're looking down. Well, not looking down, but at this arrow that you're holding in your hand, and you have any compulsion to harm yourself evaporates. Red, what's going
I
on?
told
back
you
there?
all! I told you all this would happen!
What happens if I try and open the door?
You reach out to take the door handle,
Mhm.
and you hear a booming voice from the direction of the altar. And it's a woman's voice, and you can tell that the language she's speaking is the Drow tongue. Nonetheless, all of you understand the words. It's a very powerful communication. She says, I would let you exit the door and walk away, but then you would not get the answers you came here to seek. Adrex, you and Birdie standing closest to the altar become aware of a drow woman kneeling upon it. And she's wearing
I don't
a
have dark
very
vision.
opulent...
Do I still
You
sense
what?
it? I don't have dark vision. Do I still sense it?
Oh, that's right, you don't have dark vision.
No.
Where'd the torch go?
It got snuffed
out.
Oh, that's right.
Birdie, you
Haven't had
see
a
this
chance to
woman.
try and relight it.
Adrex, you are very aware that she's there. And
Okay.
somehow, you can see just the beauty of her, even if not with your eyes. Wendy, you're aware of it too. Something very dangerous and very old. Yeah, she calls out to Red, tells him that if she allowed him to leave, he would be leaving without getting the answers he came here to seek. And she begins running her fingers through the fresh blood on the altar that Wendy just spilled.
Does the door open when I go to... After she says that, or...
The handle
Do I continue?
turns. Looks like you can open it.
I mean, I'll open it, I won't go out the door yet.
You open it and gaze out into the stairway beyond.
Wendy will cock her head and go, Are you one of the drow gods?
And the visage smiles at you as she begins licking the blood off of her fingers.
I mean, you're welcome.
She tells you that you have the singular honor of being in the presence of Kiara and Seely, and that she would know why you summoned her here. What wisdom is it you seek?
Well, honestly, we're just wondering how to get out of here.
She tells you that the door that you came through in the entryway, does it not suffice?
Not so much the door in the entryway as most of the Underdark. We came here looking for information about magics that you were said to possess.
And again, she smiles broadly. And she steps down off the altar. Begins walking towards Windy. So she's going to brush past Birdie.
Rude.
What's Birdie doing?
I'm hiding behind Adrex.
Ducks back behind Adrex.
Using his racial feature.
You people keep taking me to places with scary women who could potentially cook me into pies.
Point of order, you took us here.
That's true. We met all his kobold friends and everything.
Yeah.
The Spectre tells you that she once heard a sad story about an ambitious woman who sought magical power and amassed it over the course of centuries. She shunned her kingdom and her culture and her brethren in singular pursuit of these magics. She stops right in front of Windy. And in the end, she destroyed herself. Is this the same path you would walk? Is this what brought you here?
Well, I don't really have centuries. And most of my culture is about searching for a relic of magic power. So hopefully with their assistance, I can avoid that fate.
Raazu looks to the. Is this woman like? Is she singularly focused on Windy?
Right now, it seems like she's conversing with Windy, but somehow, as you're looking upon her, you see her gazing at you as well. It's like one of those weird pictures that eyes follow you wherever you are in a room. So yeah, she seems singularly focused on Windy, but at the same time, she seems singularly focused on you.